Hi, so let's do an example of a z-interval problem. So this is a problem from an old test that I gave where we have for 2 weeks a new mother kept track of the amount of time it took to rock her baby before he fell asleep. The mean is 17.75 minutes, and assuming a population standard deviation of 2.5 minutes, calculate and interpret a 90% confidence interval for the mean. Let's notice right off that the reason this is a z-interval and not a t is that we are given the population standard deviation, which is sigma. So we're given that value. That's why it's z instead of t. So let's start by doing this problem by hand. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy this down here and we'll plug in. So x bar in this problem, the mean is 17.75 minutes. So 17.75 plus or minus. This is a 90% confidence interval and it's z, which means we're using 1.645. That was just one of those given things that we use whenever we have a z interval. Go back and look at the PowerPoint, you'll see those values again. Sigma in this problem is 2.5, and n is 14. So that gives us 17.75 plus or minus. If we go to the calculator, 1.645 times 2.5 over the square root of 14. That's 1.0991. That gives us, on the lower end, 17.75 minus 1.0991, and then on the upper end, change that minus to a plus, and we get 16.6509 up to, what was that higher value, 18.8491. And of course we would interpret that. What that means is that with 90% confidence we can conclude the population mean is between 16.6509 minutes and 18.8491 minutes. Alright, so that's doing it by hand. So now let's try it with StatCrunch. StatCrunch is really easy for this. So here I've got StatCrunch pulled up, and we are going to type or paste data into a blank table. And from here we just go to stat, z-stats. This is one sample with summary. And it's with summary because we already have the mean and standard deviation. And for this example, the sample mean was 17.75. The standard deviation was 2.5, and the sample size was 14. We want a 90% confidence interval from u. So we just plug that in, hit compute, and that gives us what we want. So if we copy, and I always want to see you copy and paste all of this. So we're going to select it all, Control C to copy, and then just Control V to paste, and of course still type in the interpretation. So I'll just copy and paste it from up above. And of course with rounding we have a little bit different there, but that's fine. Alright, so that's how you do a Z interval.